the next video. In this video I will show you how you can integrate SwiftUI 3D chart in React Native's new architecture for iOS. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output. Now here you can see this is a PointMark chart which is in 3D. I'm just trying to move the chart, hopefully you can see it. At the end of this tutorial I'll show you another chart which is surface plot chart, which is really interesting, so make sure you stick till the very end. So yeah, this is how a SwiftUI 3D chart looks like. Now let's get started on how to achieve these things. So it is a little bit complicated because SwiftUI 3D charts can, like I said, like the name suggests, can be only accessed from SwiftUI, but the React Native's new architecture still integrates with Objective-C, so we have to write a Objective-C bridging header to integrate with SwiftUI chart as well. So first you need to run this particular command, but don't add this particular part. We require CocoaPods, so because this is for iOS, right? So you can just completely remove this particular part and just run this particular command, and instead of demo you can write your own project name. I'm using React Native 81, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. Okay, then you need to create a specs folder, and inside this they have given us the example of web view. So instead of web view I have written it as SwiftUI chart. Okay, but you can write this name whatever you feel like, but this name is very important. It will be used in lot other places as well, so it's important you follow what I am doing. So first I created a specs folder inside the root of our React Native project. Then I created this SwiftUI chart native component.ts TypeScript file. Now this I have copy pasted it from the documentation over here, as you can see, but I have removed this event because we don't have this event, and I have also removed this. Now we do have this particular prop. Now unfortunately I'm not really using this prop because I'll talk more about it as we go along. The reason is, when I was trying to send data via prop, the application was crashing and I was not getting any proper error as well. So what I did was, for now I have just hard coded the data on the SwiftUI side, but if you know what I'm doing wrong, do let me know in the comments. Okay, and the only other thing which we need to do is we need to change this particular name as well, custom SwiftUI chart. Okay, so here they have given custom web view, but in our case it is custom SwiftUI chart. Next you need to copy paste this particular bit of code inside your package.json. So just go to package.json and copy paste it over here. Next again here you need to write SwiftUI chart over here as well as over here. Once that is done, you need to go to iOS section, and here you need to copy this command and just run it inside your terminal. Make sure you are inside the root of your React Native project. I have already ran all this command, so I won't run it again. It will take a bit of time, that's why I'm not running it again. But yeah, make sure you just have the patience to wait once this is done. Once that is done, what you need to do is just go to your React Native project, go to iOS and double click on this .exe workspace, and it will open it for you inside Xcode. Also SwiftUI 3D charts are only available in Xcode 26 and above, so make sure you have, or at least have, Xcode 26. Then you need to go to your React Native project over here. So let's just wait. Yeah, go to general, and here you need to update the minimum deployment target to at least iOS 26. Then here if you see, they have created one folder called web view, but in our case it will be SwiftUI chart, so that's the folder which I have created. Now don't do this from VS Code. It's very likely if you do this from VS Code, when you create new files from VS Code, they are not added to the runner target. That's why it is necessary you open Xcode and create all these files from Xcode itself. Okay, then let's just scroll down, and here you can see they just do this new file from template Objective-C file and name it as RCT web view, right? So in our case it will be RCT SwiftUI chart. So you just have to come over here, file, new file from template. Let's just wait. So here you need to select Cocoa Touch class, click on next, and here you can just select, yeah, NS object is fine, language Objective-C, and name it as RCT SwiftUI chart. Then click on next and then click on finish. So the advantage of this is it will create both the header as well as the Objective-C file for you. Now once the Objective-C file is created, you need to change the extension of the Objective-C file from .m to .mm. So you need to do this manually because we need to use Objective-C++. That's why we have this .mm extension. Okay, and Xcode will ask, do you want to create bridging header? So click on yes, and you should see this particular file as well. Now inside this bridging header file, you need to add this particular line of code, because as you can see, we will be creating the Swift files as well. So to bridge Objective-C to Swift, we need to add this particular line of code inside the bridging header as well. Okay, once that is done, if you go to the documentation again, here you can see they are mentioning to convert it to .mm. Okay, and firstly inside this header file I have just copy pasted the code. So here you can see this is the code for it. So that's what I have done. I have copy pasted all this code. So feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Okay, again I have replaced WebView with SwiftUI over here. Now before I show you the Objective-C file code, I want to show you the app.tsx code as well, so that things would be more clearer for you. So inside app.tsx, all I have done is that I have added this particular import, and here this is how I am initializing it. Now if you see, I was passing the chart data something like this, but like I said, the app was crashing on me. I don't know why. That's why I completely decided to remove it, and obviously we need to remove some, like I have commented some code as well to get the prop from React Native side as well. Okay, so that this is how our app.tsx looks like. Okay, previously I was passing this chart data like I said. Now let's come to our Objective-C++ file. So if you see, I have just copy pasted most of this code from documentation, but we don't require this WebKit thing. Here also we are not initializing web view, and we are also not setting the navigation delegate. Okay, and here I was using this props, but like I said, it was crashing on me, so I have removed this. I'll show you this shortly. And I'm also not using all this particular code as well, so because this is related to WebView. Okay, so let's see this. So first I have importing our header file. This is our UI kit. Now you need to add this particular import as well, because we will be initializing a SwiftUI file inside this Objective-C file. So this should be your project name. As you can see, my project name is my RN app, right? That's why I have written it as my project name -swift.h. So instead of my RN app, you will have to write your own project name. This I have copied it from docs. This I have copied it from doc. This is the RCT SwiftUI chart, and this is this RCT custom SwiftUI chart view protocol as well. Okay, then here we have this particular view. I'm not really using this view, so if you want, you can comment this out as well. Here is our SwiftUI file. So here you can see this is the SwiftUI file which we are referencing over here. Then inside the instance type, we just initialize it and add it to our parent view. Here as you can see, previously I was doing this, but I have completely removed this particular part because this was crashing it for me. Then inside layouts of views, we just set the frames for our SwiftUI view, and here we call this particular method. In previous versions of React Native, we used to write this as well, but I think they have removed this in React Native 8.1, so I just wanted to show you that as well. Then you just need to create a SwiftUI file. So to create a Swift file, you just have to right click, new empty file, and just write the name as my SwiftUI, and do similar thing for chart view as well. So coming to my SwiftUI view, here you can see we are importing foundation, UI kit, and SwiftUI. Then we are extending UI view. Now previously when you used to pass prop, you used to get prop using something like this, right? Chart data. You need to have one variable, and once this variable is set, then we used to write this particular bit of code. But currently, like I said, we are not using that prop because the app was crashing. So I have written all this code inside this init frame. Okay, and here you can see this is where we are hard coding the data. But previously when we used to send the prop, we were sending it form of string, right? We were JSON stringifying the JSON. Then we need to decode the JSON as well. That's what I was doing over here. Rest everything is the same. So here we get hold of our root view controller. If you are using the prop method, you will have to comment this particular entire thing out. Okay, you will require this, okay, and you will require this as well if you are sending prop. But given that we are not sending prop, I have commented this entire thing out. And here you can see we are getting hold of a root view controller. Then we have to use this UI hosting controller and pass the chart data. So this is where I have hard coded the data. Then here we get our view. Here is then here we have to set some NS layout constraints. So this is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed SwiftUI view inside UI kit application. Okay, and this is boilerplate code again required. Then here we were referencing our chart view, right? So this is the chart view. So here I have imported SwiftUI as well as chart. Here is our chart data, and here we set the azimuth as well as inclination for our chart 3D pose. Then inside chart 3D we just pass the point mark as well, where we have the x, y and z value, and here we set the x-axis label, y-axis label and z-axis label, and then we do chart 3D projection as well. This is our chart 3D pose, and this is the padding, and this is the struct which we were using. Now like I said, I want to show you guys one more thing. So we can use this surface plot as well, which is really interesting. So I'll just copy this, and all you need to do is, instead of point mark, you can just comment this out and just use surface plot, and I'll just run this quickly. So basically what a surface plot is, it takes the same chart data, but it performs some kind of mathematical operation. So as you can see in this particular case, we are performing this mathematical operation. So it's up to you. I'm not good in math. I have copied this from the documentation itself, but instead of this you can use this as well, which is related to hypotenuse, I guess. But yeah, I will leave that up to you to try. So in case if you are using this, make sure you comment this particular thing out as well, otherwise it will look the same if you don't comment this out. So let's just wait for this to finish. So it is still building my application. Okay, let's just wait. Feel free forward feel free for forward the video, because building a React Native application always takes a lot of time. So okay, so finally it succeed. Okay, and here you can see this is the 3D chart. So hopefully you got the point. Again, it does not look that great because of it does not have proper width. If you try to display this inside iPad or a Vision OS device, it will look much more better. But yeah, this is what it is. Thank you for watching. Bye.